Here we are, we're back on your screen. It's the ILFL Soccer Night Show, and for this section, it's all about the Veterans League. And if the technology is working as it should, I should be able to show you fixtures and results that took place last Thursday over at Mabley Green. Can we show them the results? Go on. There you go, as if by magic. The ILFL Veterans Summer League, the Premier Division. There were 3 games in the Premier Division. St Catherine's Vets hanging on to Premier Division status, it seems, even after their first game. Weavers beating them by 5 goals to 2. The Stepney Legends went down by 2 goals to 0. It was billed as a so-called big game, but I think Tigers won that one quite easily. Aberhani carrying on from where they leave off and do very well and getting a draw. 0-0 between them and the Sire Vets. Into the First Division, the Hawk and Eagle Vets. They beat the Riverside Vets by 1 goal to 0. Happy man to my right in the blue corner. The Mohammedan Vets beat FC Bondu. They're back. Welcome back to the Bondu boys. But Mohammedan beat them by 3 goals to 0. Maybe taking it a little bit more seriously this time around now. And the Revive Legends went down 2 goals to 1 to Bromley. Bromley must still be smarting from being demoted from the Premier Division. Into the Second Division, the B team of the Beaumont Masters couldn't manage a goal against the ELS Vets. The B team from Sire Vets could manage a goal, but they still couldn't beat the other new team, the Reserves. That was a 1-1 draw. But the third new team that we can talk about, the Workhouse Vets, they beat the 4th new team we can talk about, the City Vets, by 4 goals to 0. New teams rolling around all over the Vets League. Who's going to tell us about them? Over to the blue corner, Nanu, it's all yours, sir.
Thank you, David. I must confess, David, this is the first time ever that I have to say that I don't know every single team. We've got 20 teams, remember, 4 of them left.
That's fine. Whoever we don't know about, we will learn. So let's see what we can
however,
do.
I do know bits and pieces about those teams anyway.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay,
We'll
let's start with let's start with Second Division, right? Okay, Workhouse Vets. They were one of the good teams, I reckon. First time.
They did look good.
They did. Yeah. They can move the ball around. It seemed like they've actually played in those leagues before, which is I'm not sure if you guys know if they've played in the league before.
There were one or two
familiar faces.
Who were familiar faces.
As a team, they look like a unit. So I think they're going to do very well. And City Vets. I know quite a bit about City Vets. Half of them used to be my players when they played for the FC Redbridge team.
Okay.
So it's a bit unfortunate that they lost 4-0 against Workhouse. But anyway, if I know these guys well, I know that they'll make a comeback at the end of the season.
Okay.
ELS Vets.
ELS Vets. Who are the ELS Vets?
That's one team I hardly know anything about. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting the guys in person just to explain them the rules on the first day. But I don't recognize a single player. It looks like they're a community type sort of a football team that a lot of people in the same community got together and decided, right, okay,
I think most of the players are Somalian players, so I think it's a Somalian community team. But absolutely. One good thing about that team is, obviously we don't know all the new teams. This one of the new teams, they play good football.
They could, yeah.
Because they don't have the pace, you can see that. But what was interesting to see them, they can keep the ball. It's hard to get the ball off them. So I think they will be one of the dark horses in the Division 2 because give them 2 or 3 weeks, once they get used to the 4G pitches and the league itself, I think they'll surprise a lot of teams because I like the way they play football. They don't run like headless chicken. They keep the ball, pass it around, and they've got this composure and a bit of arrogance, which I think will come out in the coming weeks. So that's the team, for me, a dark horse is, compared to the other 4 new teams to look out for.
And what about the reserves? Do we know anything about them?
Same again. I don't know anything about the reserves.
I think the reserves are from the Poplar area. That's what I was told. But obviously, we need to see them a couple of weeks' time and speak to them in person to find out more. Hopefully, 1 or 2 teams can come on the show and tell us a bit more. But it's, on the positive side, 5 new teams. And obviously now we've got 20 teams in total, 3 divisions. So Vets League, as ever, is increasing. There's more teams, and hopefully the trend will continue because I don't think we envisaged 3 years ago that from 8 we'll get to 20 and have 3 divisions running. Especially now we've got 2 4G pitches in Mabley Green using 3 of the pitches. So
well, remember, a couple of years ago, right here we were talking about how the infrastructure was letting us down, that there wasn't enough pitches available for us to expand. Yeah. And now we've got this new pitch here, side by side. We've got
2 11-a-side 4G pitches.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can play 4 fixtures at any given time.
And it makes for a great atmosphere.
It was, to be honest.
We didn't realise.
Last Thursday, it looked like there was a funfair going on.
Whole thing going on.
We didn't know that they was going to build a second pitch there. I mean, we knew there was something was in the pipeline, but they did it at breakneck speed. They did it so quickly, it just hit us from nowhere. and we weren't even prepared for it. Had we known, maybe we could have expanded a little bit further, maybe.
I think even the whole venue's changed. You see, there's a kids' play area. There's a little.
The whole thing is.
Yeah, so I think last year it looked like a fun fair. There's so many teams playing everywhere and around you.
Do you know what? As an aside to all of that, I think probably what they did need was, they've got two lovely pitches there, but I don't think they expected the popularity. They've got Thursday night because the car park.
Whoa.
Doesn't help. All right. If they knew, they would have expanded.
I think the problem with the car park is that even before, when you only used one pitch, we all tend to come by ourselves, drive to the venue. So if you've got two teams, you've got 10 players per team, that's 20 cars, just in one fixture. So if teams out there, they can get together in 3 or 4s and come, I think they help the cause. Because I think
there is a well-known private hire company out there that everybody could use. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think that would help, because I think individually, if you've got 10 players in a team and they all come by individual cars, that's 10 cars per team. Now we've got 3 fixtures, that's 6 teams. I could see 50, 60 cars. We can't, no venue can accommodate that.
Not only that, a lot of people like to come early and hang around as well.
Yeah, and they don't leave as well.
They
So
don't leave as well.
the second fixtures, the third fixtures, we've got major
I
problems.
know,
You know what? That's fine. You know what?
But at least
You
it's
guys
meeting.
come along, come and watch the games. That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
If you want to hang around and watch the games, great, fine. But you know what? You got to get there early if you want to get your parking space.
Well, I mean, we know the parking problem, the issues, but people don't realize is that there's spaces in the surrounding vicinity.
Yeah, because it's evening after 7 o'clock.
After 7 o'clock, I don't think Hackney Council actually impose any restrictions.
No, they don't.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that you'll be safe. Do your own research. Just make sure that you're parked in the right place, and I think you'll be safe. Please don't park on double yellow lines. We know that it's a risk, but single yellow lines should be okay. And 5 minutes walk from a different location, it's not going to hurt you. If you're living close by, just walk it there. Be sensible. Yeah.
First Division, FC Bondi have come back.
Yes, they've made a comeback, and we had a game against them pre-season training, and you know what? They looked really, really good, and I'm really surprised that Mohammedan vets actually walked all over them.
Well, that makes me think that Mohammedan, like I said, I think they may have stepped it up and might be taking it a little bit more seriously this time around.
Yeah, I think not only that, the turnout was really good. Normally, Mohammedan, they struggle to get a sub. This time they had 3-4 subs, and all the experienced heads came. Goaspai was there, Rashid was there, Tipron was there, so all the experienced heads were there, and I think they deserved it. I think they dominated. FC Bondi, you can see they're struggling. They haven't played last season. They played for various teams, so I think it's just a matter of getting the momentum back together. But Division 1 looks tough, to be honest. Every fixture is tough, so I think Premier and First is...
So hard to pick a winner out of that one. I mean, Bromley Legends... I
saw the game, and I was actually quite surprised. Both teams, both Revive, I thought they were exceptional last season. Bromley Legends, with their history and with the brand name, they were struggling. They missed a penalty, they 1-0 down, missed a penalty, and the last 5 minutes managed to get 2 goals. But performance-wise, wasn't the best, but they got the results. I think that they needed that, because they haven't won a game for ages. Yeah. And I think even after the game, I think the guys were just pleased to get the 3 points and get a win. So hopefully they can build up on that, because so hopefully even Revive, to be honest, didn't play being the first game. I think that's what it was. After a long Ramadan, I think a lot of people were not fully fit and ready for the game. So hopefully next week and the week after we'll see the full potential of all the teams in action.
Having said that, I have to say I was particularly impressed with Weavers. They came out and they looked like they've hit the ground running. They look very good again. St. Catherine's will be, they will not be happy with their performance. But I think as season goes, summer, winter, Weavers for me are the team that always underperforms. They have the potential to have a top 2 finish, and we always think that they will, and then they just about don't. And I'm just wondering whether this time round it might be theirs.
It could be. They mean business this season. They've had a lot of new recruits, and you know what? They've waited until the very last minute to release a few players right at the end. I don't know how big the squad is. I mean, it's got to be close to about 30 people, 30 players of that team, And they use everyone where they can, They've got so many players to choose from, And like I said, Weavers, they come in very strong, really, really strong. But
I also think the pain was there, being relegated from Premiership. I think that was highlighted before the game. So the fact that we can't be relegated again, this is where we need to be with the big boys. And the fact they got knocked out of the Challenge Cup, that was reminded, it hurt them. Yeah. So I think there was pain there from yes, they won the Championship. The previous season they got relegated from Premiership. Yeah. They thought they were favourites to win both cups. Yes, they won one of the cups. The second one was in the bag, but they lost it. I think that was highlighted, and I think that obviously galvanised them, making sure they have a good start and make sure get the 3 points and continue their momentum which they've had, and I think they will be one of the teams to beat.
Well, they won't get any momentum this week because you don't have a game this Thursday. Here are the fixtures taking place this Thursday at Mabley Green. On the screen for you now, Abahani will now go to Stepney. Both teams looking for a win, but it will probably end up a draw. The London Tigers take on the St Catherine's Vets. St Catherine's Vets, you need a win, and you're looking to get it from the champions. Good luck. The Sire Vets will take on the Beaumont Masters. It's one of them teams, you never know which Beaumont team's going to turn up, but if Sire do, I can only see 3 points happening there. Listen to me making all these predictions. First Division, we move on. Bromley against Mohammedan. How many times have we heard that fixture over the years? So here we go. A bit of a throwback fixture this. The Bromley Legends taking on Mohammedan. Maybe a bit of pride will resurface in Bromley, and it will be an entertaining game. FC Bondu against Hawk and Eagle. Not heard from you, Nano, on the Hawk and Eagle revival, but we'll talk about that in a second. And the Revive Legends take on the Tower Hamlets Vets. Didn't have a game last week. Here they come. Which Tower Hamlets are we going to see? And into the second division, Beaumont Masters B versus the Sire Vets B. And then the new teams knock about with each other again. It's ELS taking on the City Vets, the Reserves taking on the Workhouse Vets. And I will now come back to you, and I remember you distinctly talking about the Hawk and Eagle Vets and how they were in transition last season. So has that transition been fulfilled, or
the transition? Well, to measure this, you have to wait until the end of the season anyway. But anyway, we've had some major improvements. There's a new manager now. There's also a new assistant manager as well.
You might as well name the manager.
There's a structure.
Manager is Rahat, which you'll know, and the assistant manager is Quest Mia. So I think this is probably Rahat's sort of first spell as a club manager. Yeah. But I actually quite like his methods. He's quite good at analysing. He watches the game, he looks at the stats. He said, look, he looks at the individual games in a different perspective. So he looks at the opponents and he says, right, okay, how often did he score? Who do we need at the back? What type of players have they got? He analyzes everything. He does that all in advance.
He's a teacher by profession. I think that helps.
Okay, so that explains a bit about his methods. So I think, although Hawk and Eagle may not win the title, I think there will be somewhere right at the top.
Yeah. Okay, you heard that.
I think I'll agree on this, purely because of Rahat, because I've known him for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I've seen him play for the last 20 years. I've seen his passion, his drive, and his work ethics, and I think he installed that. But I think to win the title will be too early days for Hawk and Eagle. They still need to establish themselves as a force. Last thing, they just about survived, so I think it'll be a good season, but I don't think he'll win the season. But I think field factors, good field factors there, and he'll bring in the winning mentality. I don't think he'll win it, but I think it'll be a good season for Hawk.
Every season we sit here and we say, right, okay, who's going to win? Do you know what? I think we need a different approach. I think we're going to have to say who's not going to win. Okay.
well, do you know what?
Go on.
When you say that, though, that's not such a crazy question, because when I look at it, if all of these teams turn up and play to their potential, there's winners potentially there in most of those teams in the first division. If Bondu do come back and do what they did the last time round, they're not going to be easy to beat. Although, all right, they've not started.
But last time they did in Division 2, not Division 1.
I understand, but still, they were a good team, and they were a match for the team.
But if you look at the opposition they played against, I think that you have to bear that in mind.
More of the cup games as well. Even in the cup, they weren't overawed by too many teams.
They were good, but I won't say because they had an easy, or not easy opposition. This time round, it's going to be a different kettle of fish, because look at the teams around. You've got Bromley, Mohammedan, Hamlets.
Bromley not playing well.
They're not playing well, but it's a big brand name. Big clubs, when it hits a fan, they have to defend. And I think now they're playing for pride. Being Division 1, they're not liking it.
So where are the brand names there? Bromley, Tower Hamlets.
Tower Hamlets, definitely. He won't like.
Mohammedan.
Tower Hamlets would not like being in Division 1.
And
they just about on goal difference missed out promotion. The pain they're going to be in.
To go straight out of that first division and get up. That's what
I think they potentially have, yes, if they have the squad turn up in the week.
So there's the three, and then we just have the Revive, who, like I said, if Revive turn up,
they are a good
upset
side.
Anybody when they get it right. Bondu, let's see what happens. Nanu's already told us about Hawk and Eagle. Teams to upset the apple cart here. You know what? We can't talk about it.
It's like I said, this season is really difficult to predict. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name two teams that won't make it.
We can't talk about it anymore.
Okay, let's move to Premiership.
Take a break.
Okay, let's move to Premiership.
So I'll let these guys have their round 2 fight in the break, and we'll come back afterwards, and we're going to talk about things that are to come. for the ILFL. We'll talk about awards ceremony. There is an upcoming Winter League. You guys got to start thinking about registration for that as well. We'll see you after this break.